All right.
This ain't no sprint. This is
It's a marathon. That's the right attitude. You know what I'm saying? You always get a bigger room later. Yeah, you sleeping on the couch now. What, you on the couch?
No, I got my bed, bro.
But I thought you were in the den, living room.
I am. The den is big, bro. This den it's good size.
You got privacy and shit. Well, you can close the doors up.
Exactly.
Damn, I can't believe she let you live in there with her 14-year-old dog. Did she know you before you moved in there?
No.
Damn,
I had a good reference.
Right, the Hispanic man. But do you can you even talk to her? Because she speaks Spanish, right?
But she understands more English than she puts forth. You know what I'm saying? Because she's from New York, and it's just start revealing that she on game. She fucking dime and quarter out of motherfuckers she possibly can.
Yeah.
That's why I ain't even stressing about the money she owed me or nothing, man. Putting that energy into me getting the fuck out of here and getting away from her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, that's the most important thing, man. That I'm not gonna change her. It's gonna be the same way. And like agency that I reported her to, housing authority and whatnot, and they told me straight up, they say she knew 30 days in advance if she was given notice to you. I was given 30 days in advance notice. She said, and they chose to tell you less than 2 weeks. She said that's some evil doing.
But if she getting evicted, ain't shit she can do about it. She could leave you there, but they gonna evict you, right? If she getting evicted, like, should have told you the last day. Like, you're gonna get evicted. Everybody in there getting evicted.
But they said that it's disappointing fact that a person would do some evil shit like that.
Yeah.
One, partially grew up in Southeast, bro. Okay, I've been through it. I've been through all of that shit.
What, in Southeast?
And I live in Southeast, man. I live in Parkland. I live in Sales Place. I live in Chester Farms. I've been there. I've been through that shit. I've been and through the crack era, through the motherfucker most.
What was it like, era. Man? What was it, man? I want to hear it in, man. What was it like during the crack era, man? That shit had to be.
It wasn't safe. It wasn't safe because see, with the powers that be, what they were doing, they made sure that there was a plenty of motherfucking crack in the neighborhoods, and then they were finding boxes of guns in dumpsters and shit.
Bullshit.
Boxes of guns with serial numbers. Some of them had ammo in them, some of them didn't. But everything. You're talking about 357, 44 Magnums, 38s, you name it. All that shit was being found, man. So motherfucker murder rate, man, it was off the hook, bro. Motherfuckers was, I'm talking about homies. Motherfuckers that grew up from the sandbox together over motherfucking pebbles.
Little bitty crack rocks and shit, yeah.
Killing each other. And over the money that it was generating. Motherfuckers jealous and envy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It was fucking crazy in that city. When I left around about 2000, 2001, no, that was not. Yeah, I left around about 2001, right? It was still bad, but it had went through the most devastating parts, where DC was actually the murder capital rate. Had the murder capital rate, the highest murder by capital in America. But even smaller city is.
Yeah,
so
it's small, yeah.
Amplified it because and one thing's for sure, bro, averaging 1 to 2 murders every day.
Did you see it? Yeah, I met you. Probably saw some people get killed in.
Well, there's a lot of things that I experienced that had to be programmed with.
Yeah,
around that much trauma won't allow you to kind of become a good person because you're always going to be bitter. You're always going to in remorse. Start blaming yourself. Well, why didn't it happen to me if it happened to them? And that type of thing. I can't entertain that mindset.
But shit, it seems like the teens today are worse or just as damn bad.
You said like them? You talking about the teens now?
Yeah, them teen takeovers and shit. It seems like they just as damn bad.
Well, bro, we have to look at what has actually caused them to be like that. Okay?
What do you think it is?
I don't like to think. I like to investigate and research and then pinpoint what science is providing evidence and proofs they actually provide. And what it is, same thing that our forefathers went through: miseducation, misinformation, and not preparing the young people to own anything. You're preparing them to be slaves, okay? Preparing them just to work. Where you have a lot of people that's coming into this country, they are, and especially if their children are in teenage years or whatnot, a lot of them children went to school for 11 months, okay? Go to school for 11 to 12 months. And what they were learning how to invest, stock market, and how to do portfolios, and talking about financial literacy. They're learning this shit in school. So when they come here and compete with the children that's coming out of these schools, children that's coming out of these schools wind up being employees. Those children wind up being employers. You come here to open up businesses. This is why you come here, they see them pursuing degrees and whatnot, right? And then you see them owning a business and hiring people and whatnot. That's the reason, bro. Because a lot of these younger people haven't found the entrepreneurship that within them, which is based on their passions and gifts. One time, that's what we did. Whatever it was that your family did and we grew up seeing our family did to make money, then we followed suit. That's how family businesses, that's how they actually started. However, same thing happened with, growing up and watching our parents go to work, get up and go to work every day. You've been trained to get up and go to work every day, you see? And now the jobs are not as plentiful as they were back then. So our young people are taking a hit because a lot of Latinos, you know what I'm saying, they'll hire them faster.
Why do you think they're hiring Latino faster?
And I don't think, bro, I told you, I don't think I researched.
Well,
I research and I gather evidence. Okay.
So they hiring the Latinos faster.
Way fast, especially out here,
in
out here
DC.
in DC.
Okay, well,
too.
what is that? Basically, what have you found? Why is that?
Downtown Florida, because they look closer to white people. That's why.
What you mean closer to white people? You mean where they live?
I said they look. Closer.
I got you. Yeah, damn.
And then they want to work. And see, sometimes the employer will pay them less than they would pay one of us. And they're not even going to sweat it. They're not going to say nothing. They're going to say, yes, boss. And they keep on working. Okay? How they replacing us? Because they doing the things that we don't want to do no more. Or if they can, like I said, if they can pay them cheaper than what they pay us, then instead of paying us $17, $18 an hour, they pay them $12 an hour or $15.
But what's minimum wage in DC though?
I don't know, bro. I don't live in DC.
What's minimum wage in Virginia?
I don't. I think it's 45. It was 15.45.
I think they paying the Hispanics. Well, you think they paying the Hispanics under minimum wage?
Bro, you gotta think of it. You know about capitalism.
Yeah.
There's only one rule to capitalism. You know what that rule is?
Make as much money as possible.
All money at all costs.
Yeah, damn, that's some wild shit, bro. You opened my eyes to some shit today, bro.
And that's what's been happening. And it's going to continue to happen. So what do? They did the same thing that they did to us. They gave us crack and guns. They give these youngins guns and ammo. They give them guns and ammo, and the music they listening to, the weed that they smoking is too strong for their motherfucking system, because the minds haven't fully developed. So you're talking about a child, with a retarded mind, firearms, okay? Seen this shit, man, too many times. And this is what the government wants all the time. They want to keep some people not knowing, and if them youngins knew who they came from, their ancestors, they wouldn't act in this way. But since they don't, they've been severed, they've been separated from this information. School is not teaching them shit. They're not going to church because they said they camping up in there. They lying up in church, so they're not going to church. So where they get their guidance? Most of the young men, they don't have no masculine energy at home.
Man, I think they lost of that masculine energy in these women, man. They just ain't looking up to snuff, man. You ever thought about that?
Say what now?
The women just ain't looking up to snuff like they used to, man. Like fat and shit. You ever notice that?
Bruh, they've taken on so much and having to raise those children, man, because there ain't no man been around. A lot of them had to take on masculine features, masculine mindsets. Okay, they had to protect the family as well. So when it comes to women, especially in the inner city, listen, they're gonna all and see. I am not one that will put one of our women down. I am not one. I'm not going to say anything negative about them because I know the struggle that they've been put through. Okay? A lot of our women, bro. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. One of us. Period. And I'm saying it all the way to debunk with the story that's in the Bible talking about a woman was made from the rib of a man. Get the fuck out of here. This shit ain't never happened and it never will happen. Stupid ass shit like that. And you gonna watch burps. You ain't never seen no, get the fuck out of here. It had to be a fake ass story. And then it was confirmed because when the Ethiopian Bible, when they translated the Ethiopian Bible to English, right? Then you got 88 books in there instead of 66. And then the stories in the Ethiopian Bible, they're more complete. Put it that way. The writings is just more complete. You can understand the shit and that bullshit that came out of Europe. Took 22 books out of supposed to be a holy book. And people never ask this question. In a library as well as a bookstore, what section do you find the Holy Bible? Do you know? Fiction.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, fiction. Not history. Not religion, fiction. Yeah, man. Hey, man. It's been nice talking with you.
Yeah, man. Man. You taught me a lot, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you tomorrow, man. I'm gonna be over in the area and I check on my folks, man.
Yeah. What about 2 more days before you gotta be out there, right?
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let me know.
All right, big bro.
Yeah.
You could have kept that one going, man. That was he went all day, man. I wanted you to ask him for the ancestor because I think he was getting at it sounded like a Hebrew Israelite. It sounded like he was going to take that path.
So did you hear he's sleeping on a woman's den?
Yeah, with 14-year-old daughters.
Hispanic. He didn't even know who she was. Luckily, he met a Hispanic man. They introduced him to a woman who probably needed some money and let him sleep in her den with her daughter in the other bedroom. This goes to show you like how lowly they are for housing, man. This man 66.
66?
66 years old. The phone call is on the channel, I think on the Clips channel. Make sure you subscribe. Talking to him, said he was the first black bike mechanic here in DC, blah, 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 so forth. So 66 years old. So sleeping in the den of a lady, that's even more interesting.
Yeah, it's all Whitey's fault at the end of the day, so it doesn't matter. He's alleviated, man.
Yeah, let's see, we got a couple more calls here. Yes. What did you think about that last call, though? Kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, I didn't even think it was. He sounded like I know you had previous calls from him. I mean, it sounded relatively normal. What happened to his leg?
He got hit by a car. He explained it on the earlier. He got hit by a car times. He rides bikes. He's a bike mechanic.